ENA Air is ENA's comprehensive access layer and Wi-Fi solution set. It includes the design, the deployment, all the equipment that's necessary, cabling, fiber, and of course the ongoing managed service and operational expertise to make a truly state-of-the-art wireless environment for your schools and libraries. First and foremost, ENA Air really caters to and benefits the users of a Wi-Fi network. ENA is kind of world-renowned, or at least nationally renowned, for our expertise in the networking space, as well as particularly our expertise in Wi-Fi. So when we design, deploy, and manage a Wi-Fi environment, the first and foremost benefit is for the people who are trying to use Wi-Fi in order to access the world of information. It also heavily benefits the administrators, the technology coordinators, the librarians, and everyone else who has the responsibility for maintaining and designing Wi-Fi at the school or library. Because essentially we help take some of the burden of both support and design off the shoulders of people who are already overworked trying to make everything else work at the school or the library, and we take that responsibility ourselves. So it helps both the end users and it helps the people who are responsible for providing solutions for the end users.
ENA Air is really designed to meet the needs of each individual district. It's not just a vanilla envelope. It is actually designed to meet the security standards, the onboarding standards, the technology integration with the local area network that need to happen. With ENA's expertise and the technology solution and its flexibility, we can integrate fully and develop solutions that meet the need on day one for the customer as well as down the road. So what we do is when we engage with the customer, we bring engineering assistance. We bring our engineering staff to come in and talk about how you want it to operate. It's constantly changing. It will always be changing. That is the nature of Wi-Fi. And with ENA Air, it can change with you and meet your needs throughout the term of the service.
My role as a project manager in the implementation process for ENA Air is to take the customer through all of the phases of the project. And that begins with the survey and design, then on to the cabling and installation, then the activation, and then finally the testing. And so my goal is to take the customer through all of these phases as expeditiously as possible and in a way that they can focus their time on other things and not really have to worry about managing the process themselves.
Part of the beauty in ENA managing the wireless installation on behalf of the customer versus the customer handling it themselves is our ability to step in and represent the customer and all of their needs and free up the customer to do other more pressing matters that may need their attention as opposed to managing all of the vendors and equipment and installation activity that surrounds the wireless installation.
When we first start working with a school on the design, the first couple things we ask are number of students, density areas where high numbers of students will be, and then we also go through what's currently there at the school technology-wise, of if there's a lot of tablets, if there's a lot of laptops, are there carts, devices they use at that school to connect. So we ask a lot of those questions up front, along with the technical questions on where the closets are, where the different pieces and parts that we need to turn up the Wi-Fi network are. And then we start digging into, okay, what passwords do you want, what VLANs do you want to use, and go down the technical path after we understand what the customer needs are.
When a lot of people look at the cost of Wi-Fi, they really just add up the cost of the access points. And to be frank, many of the access point manufacturers encourage this line of thinking. One in particular I know of, when you go to their website and they have a way for you to quote how much Wi-Fi will cost per student. All they do is say there's an average number of students a classroom. We want you to install at least one access point per classroom, and that's your cost per student. It doesn't include the design cost. It doesn't include the cabling cost. It doesn't include the cost of PoE switches. It doesn't include the support cost on your staff. It doesn't include the time to project manage. It doesn't include any of that stuff. But with ENA Air, we bundle all of that together into a comprehensive kind of singular price point that as of last year's E-Rate 2.0 reboot is now Category 2 E-Rate eligible.
As far as our delivery rate for installing ENA Air services, we have been 100% successful in installing all deployments on time based on the customer's requested due dates.
After ENA Air is installed, we work with the customer continuously to make sure that that stays running and optimal. So through our proactive monitoring, we're always watching to make sure that their network is up and working. So with ENA Air reporting, which is located at my.ena.com, customers can log in and see all of the APs that are installed within their network. And they can go and see how much bandwidth is being utilized at each AP, and they can also log and see which devices are connected and which devices are pulling the usage. And they can do that in every building that they have ENA Air installed and have access to.
At the end of the day, success for ENA Air really depends upon one thing. Does it allow the student or the user of the Wi-Fi to be able to do what they need to do for education? Are they able to take their assessments reliably? Are they able to get to their curriculum they need to? Are they able to engage with education the way that they're supposed to? And with ENA Air, we can provide a stable footprint, a stable foundation for education to be built upon.